Will I be able to finish this before our child wakes up? My guess is no. Forrest is 4 months old. I don't know how that happened. I feel like since he was born until now, time has passed. But no, for real, it's been like so quick. I don't know if it's because I had a child before, and with your first, you kind of are anticipating all the milestones and you're like overthinking literally everything because you've never done this before and you're just trying to keep this human alive and you want people to think you're doing a good job, and your anxiety is through the roof 24/7. But for some reason with Forrest, I've just kind of let things come as they do, and I haven't been in a rush. I haven't really tracked anything. I'm not good at tracking things, but I am horrible with putting in any entries. So I guess this is kind of like my attempt at doing a baby book journal video, virtual video.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
You get it. You get it. I can't give you his weight and his length right now. We go to the doctor tomorrow.
You're like, Jerry, why didn't you record this tomorrow?
I don't know. I felt good today, and so I decided to do it today. I have no idea how I'm gonna feel tomorrow or the day after that. Once I find out though, this is what he weighs and how long he is. You're so big. I don't need to know his measurements though to tell you that he's so big. He is in 6 to 9 month clothes and some 12-month clothes. I feel like we literally just took the 12-month clothes out of Ollie's room and put them away, and now we have already had to pull them back out because Forrest is a big boy. He's my little redwood, you know? As far as milestones go, I have a love-hate relationship with milestones. Obviously they're important to check in and make sure that your child is progressing at a normal, whatever that is, rate. But I found whenever I was researching milestones that it made me insane, and I overthought a lot about whether my kid was, to society standards, meeting markers. And I felt like I was putting pressure on myself and on him, meaning Ollie, to reach them. And I didn't want to do that with Forrest. I still do think, you know, virtual baby book, I still do think that it's important to know, you know, when these big things happen, and they don't happen at the same time for everyone. And I think that's another important thing to note. So if you're watching this as another mom who is wanting to know where someone else's baby is at 4 months, because I know I did that. I was looking at everyone else's video.
Like, what's your baby doing? What's your baby up to?
Do not compare you and your child to anyone else's child and their markers and milestones. Your baby will do what your baby's gonna do when they do it. And this is just when my baby did stuff. Forrest started rolling from his belly to his back right around 3.5 months. Right around 4 months, he started rolling from his back to his belly, which is almost identical to the timeline that Ollie was on. I want to make sure that I'm not comparing my kids all the time and trying to keep them on a similar track, but I do want to make note if they overlap. So in this instance, they met this milestone at about the same time. He likes to be on his belly. He loves doing tummy time, which I'm so thankful for, because I know tummy time can be horrific for some babies. Ollie was that baby. He really struggled. He hated. My kids have big heads. They're hard to hold up. So, you know, big brains. It was a blessing to know that Forrest did not hate tummy time. I hate that feeling of listening to them cry because they hate something, but knowing that it is important for them to do in order to become stronger. It's a metaphor for adulthood somewhere in that. We brought out his activity center. He loves to stand in it. He squeals and screeches the entire time that he's in there. He's also been exploring all of the toys on it, kind of experimenting with cause and effect. There's certain toys on there, like there's one where you press a leaf and a little owl pops out of a stump and he gets a kick out of it, and it is fascinating to watch him process these things. How do you get the owl up? Whoa. Just today we got a jolly jumper, I think that's what it's called, and we had him in a different door jumper and it just didn't fit him properly, and he just kind of like hung like a marionette and he would just swing. But this jolly jumper, he will bounce around, and he's been trying to take some steps and he spins. It's adorable. I love it. Speaking of screeching, he has found his voice just recently in the past couple weeks. He has this raspy voice and he gargles, and it's just, I love listening to him. At first I couldn't tell if he was crying or if he was talking, and now I'm certain he's talking, but he just sounds like an angry little old man and I love it. When he laughs, sometimes he'll suck in. Again, I love it. It takes a lot for him to laugh, but once he gets going, my heart just explodes out of my chest. Most of the time he's pretty quiet, just observing everything. His big brother is a very active 2-year-old. So he's often just bouncing all over the place, and Forrest just loves to watch him. We're a very loud house. We talk a lot and we sing a lot, and he, I think, has just been waiting to join us, and now he's not afraid anymore. He is super strong. Like his grip. I don't know if you've ever been pinched by a baby, but it hurts so much. It's because they don't know how strong they are. And I'm grabbing my arm because that's where he pinches me normally. He'll grab shirts and you like can't get it off of him. He loves grabbing his blankets. He loves grabbing his blankets and putting them in his mouth. He's pulling everything to his mouth now. Unlike Ollie, he's been sleeping in his room almost since he was a month old. We, for a while, would have him start sleeping in his room, and then we would, in the middle of the night, when he would wake to feed a few times, we would just have him in the bassinet next to our bed. But now that he's sleeping longer stretches, sometimes through the night completely, we have just had him in his crib in his room. He is a fantastic sleeper. He takes like 2 or 3 naps throughout the day.
Not good at tracking things.
And then sleeps almost completely through the night. Most nights he wakes up like once. He has been able to self-soothe pretty much from the beginning while he's getting down for his nap, or maybe at the end of the evening. There are times it takes him a little bit longer, and so if we hear him in there, we go in to check on him, and he will get this giant smile on his face. We think he's hysterically crying, but we'll go in and he gets this giant smile on his face like he's just performed a magic trick and made us appear. And it is The sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it could make my heart explode. Again, I feel very blessed that both of my children are incredible sleepers. He's eating like 6 to 7 ounces every 3 to 4 hours. We started Ollie on like purees and things around 5 months. So again, when I go to the pediatrician tomorrow for their checkups, I will kind of touch base with her and see what she thinks. And this is what she said. He loves music. I don't know if it's dancing. It's just, it might be him still trying to figure out his legs, and so he like will shake when he's standing. He has one of the sweetest personalities. I always said when I was pregnant with Ollie that he felt like me. Ollie, for some reason when I was pregnant with him, I just felt like, I thought he was gonna be loud. Thought he was gonna be loud and rambunctious, and he was gonna wake up in the morning and be ready to go, and that he was gonna be the life of the party, and I was right. Shane and I love the woods, and we love being in the forest. We have never felt the overwhelming sense of peace and calmness like we did when we were in Washington hiking in the forest. When we were pregnant with Forrest, I said that he felt calm and he felt peaceful, and that's kind of where his name came from, and he is exactly his name, and he is calm and he is peaceful and he is steady, and he just is a really mellow baby. He's such a cool baby. He's the perfect completion, I guess, of our family. He's awake. Oh, I know, it's so bright. I'm so sorry. That's the day coming through the window. Can I turn you around? Hi. I didn't mention this before, but he is the spit up champion. He spits up all the time, every time he eats, like a lot. We go through so many clothes in a day because he's a pukey McGee. That's all it is, huh? Hi. My goal is to do these videos at basically when he does his appointments, and hopefully I can do them before the appointment so I don't have to like insert stuff. So at 6, 9, and 12 months. Oh, big yawn. So with Ollie, I was constantly panicking, thinking, is he gonna meet this milestone? Is he going to be able to do this? Am I not doing enough to make sure he gets there? And guess what? He got there. He got there every time. He got there on his own time. And that's the thing that I'm hoping to remember with Forrest, is that he's his own person with his own personality and his own timeline, and I am just here, you know, for the ride. We're gonna go eat. Thank you for watching. We would love it if you would subscribe and hang out with us whenever, you know, I think we're doing this thing like once a week. Huh. What he said. Okay. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!